should be, at least. There it comes.
Gotcha.
So I bought my girl a knockoff coach purse this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told her it was assistant coach. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Still a coach. Just not the real one. Anyway.
Finger guns.
We back.
We back, ladies and gentlemen. The BOD, Brothers of Discussion podcast. We are back with a very special guest for another edition of Getting to Bro You. My main man, Waylon D. Waylon D, welcome to the show.
What is up, BOD? How are you guys doing?
Good, man. Get him plug your shit. Let us know what you got going on, where they can find you on social media.
Waylon D on all things. Waylon D Pro Wrestler on Facebook is kind of the main place to see me. Waylon D 777 on Instagram, TikTok, and X. I don't use X that much, but I still have it. And then, yeah, that's about it. That's where you can find me. Live Pro Wrestling in Iowa is kind of my home company. That's who I wrestle with the most. But I'm trying to get kind of all over the Midwest right now. So keep your eyes out for me other places too.
So I just want to say that the state of Iowa is very supportive of us. We're out here in Pennsylvania, but we have a lot of support from the state of Iowa. Mainly started with our friend Clint Dye from Tag Team Photography.
Oh, yeah.
So he was actually one of our very first followers and definitely shared our stuff a lot. So we are very appreciative of the state of Iowa.
That's probably how I found y'all. Is I have worked with Clint only a couple times. I can't remember. There's been like 3 or 4 photographers that have been at that have worked shows that I've been at, and I don't want to get it wrong who's who, but I know I've worked with Clint before. I just can't remember where.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
So you said live pro wrestling in Iowa. So
yes,
where did you start training, and how long ago did you start training?
So I trained at the Forge Wrestling Academy here in central Iowa, just outside of Marshalltown, Iowa. I actually will have been trained. It'll be 2 years in 2 weeks. It'll be my two-year anniversary. Nice. And trained through them. And I've been wrestling in all over Iowa for the most part. And then I've been lucky enough to get up to Minnesota, over to Wisconsin, over to Nebraska, and been knocking states off the list, new promotions, trying to get my name out there. 2 years in the business for me, it seems like a long time, but it is not a long time. So to be lucky enough to have worked so many different promotions, I'm happy with that 2 years in.
Nice. So I do want to add, it does, how you said, it seems like a long time, but it's not a long time. I actually just had this conversation. We all have several children, but I had a conversation with my son. He said, the school year is just taking forever. I'm like, that's because you haven't lived many years. So 1 year seems like a long time. When you live more years, 1 year seems like nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, to piggyback off that, I am a brand new dad. I just had a baby. My wife had a baby.
Awesome.
Thank you. 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks tomorrow.
Damn, you're not kidding, brand new.
Brand fucking new. Yeah. And I tell you what, that 3 weeks has seemed like 5 years.
Yeah,
so I tell you what, time shifts when you have a kid in the house, and it's your responsibility. So it's like I'm back in that school mode where it's, oh my God, 3 weeks takes forever.
There's nothing more rewarding than being a present father.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Man. I tell you what, I have loved it so much. And then there's been some times at like 2 a.m. where I'm like, man, is there like a return policy at the hospital? Like, what can we do here?
You guys got to do sleeping shifts.
Yeah, we have. I tell you what, this is gonna sound dumb. TikTok videos with like new parents sharing their experience.
Yeah. Hey.
Great learning.
Yep.
Yeah. True that.
Like real people, not bullshitting you. Like I have loved learning from people that are like, hey, here's what I messed up. Do better.
Hey.
There's no Lamaze classes no more, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess. Hey, I don't know. Lamaze, I hardly know her.
Yeah. Listen, growing up, the 3 of us were some fucking knucklehead idiots.
Yeah.
Okay. But we are all kick-ass parents, and
I love hearing that, man.
I'm proud to know these guys because of the parents that they are.
And still knucklehead idiots. at the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, at times, yeah. But
And that's the balance I want to find is like a knucklehead idiot, a dumb wrestler, but also a really good dad.
Well, you got to know dad jokes now too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of so. I got this. This is really funny. I got a warning dad jokes ahead, like
There you
glass
go.
when I had the kid. So,
Perfect.
you know, salute. It's got black velvet in it tonight, but yeah.
So going back to wrestling discussions. Who inspired you to become a wrestler? Like when you were younger, what'd you watch? Like what got you into wrestling?
Oh man. So when I was young, I was I'm a 90s kid. I guess technically I was born in 92, so I wasn't like super cognizant for all the 90s, but Monday Night Wars, I loved. I was a huge WCW guy growing up. You know, that's what really drove me early in my life. And I think like a lot of fans, I kind of lapsed as I got older and then came back to it a little bit like later in life. And who like really inspired me in terms of wrestling is my brother wrestled down in the South, Alabama and Georgia, in the early 2000s. So that really got me into it. And then just like Dusty Rhodes is my number one guy. So watching him and seeing, you know, that every man gimmick, so to speak, is what I've tried like purposely and just accidentally to emulate in the stuff that I do. But like growing up, it was definitely WCW, Monday Night Wars. Like I loved the cruiserweights growing up. I mean, NWO obviously was like, oh my God, Hogan and Nash and Scott Hall and then Sting, all of that. And then kind of lapsing for a while and coming back to it and then like loving, man, like I came back when like Team Hell No was a thing. So like Kane and Daniel Bryan.
Good shit, man.
That was pretty
Loving that.
That
Loving Cesaro when he first, like, it was just one of those things watching Cesaro. I'm like, how do you not push this guy to the fucking moon?
Yeah.
What he can do everything. Okay, he might not cut the best promo, but you're force feeding him a script. What do you expect?
Yeah.
You know, guys like that really got me going. And it's kind of funny because then like Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, guys that really I love, and then my style is so different from what they do. I have nowhere near the technical talent they do. So like I love that style, but man, I can't do it.
You, excuse me. You can just give it some time. You're only 2 years in.
Yeah. Fair
You know what I
enough.
mean? Now,
Yeah.
you bring up Dusty Rhodes actually makes a whole lot of sense because Francisco and I got here a little early and we watched a couple of your matches. And you saying Dusty Rhodes is inspiration, I can see that. You definitely can. It comes across now that you have said it. I'm like, oh, okay. I can see that Dusty Rhodes would be an inspiration for you.
Yeah, depending. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, just depending on when you watched me is like I got this brand new gear in March that has the polka dots on it to like fully lean into the Dusty. And so it's a little more like on the nose now. Pre that gear, it might have been a little bit harder to tell depending on like what I was doing. But it was never like I want to do everything Dusty does. But it was definitely I'm gonna try to do some Dusty stuff.
This was the navy blue and red gear with Waylon across.
Okay, so that's my original gear. So that wasn't even the polka dot. So hell yeah, I love that came through.
The mannerisms, the way you played to the crowd.
Yeah,
I can see now that you have told us. I can see the Dusty inspiration behind that.
Yeah, for sure.
The crowd was behind you. Like,
They were definitely
Waylon.
Oh man, I've been blessed, man, to have some damn good crowds.
I don't know if it was maybe they just weren't into the Hispanic guy you were wrestling.
Oh yeah, that was that maybe the old Slade Wolfborn?
No, this one was what was his last name? Something Santiago.
Oh, Javier Santiago.
Javier Santiago, yes.
Yeah, he's not real popular around these parts.
Yeah,
There you go.
makes
So
sense.
you're from Iowa, or is that where you currently reside? Okay.
Both. Yep.
All right, and you got into more Southern wrestling, so you were more of a WCW guy?
Yeah, so like it was the national, 90s WCW that I really got into, and that style, and that's it's definitely been what I've been drawn to as an adult too. I'll be honest with everybody. I don't watch modern product a whole lot. I will go back and watch old WCW, old NWA stuff. Like that's what I really love to watch and enjoy watching. So it wasn't necessarily like the Southern WCW that I got to pick up on much, but that is definitely what I've picked up on now later in life.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty how Netflix did us, where we can't watch any of the WCW stuff on there now.
They had it. The WWE Network, they had it right. They got it right the first time. Why change it?
I'm going to go on with tirade because I've said this before. They changed the industry that we're in today. That network is what you see every other app that fucking streams now copied that. And
exactly
all WWE did was just got out and sold their soul. That's what they did. But that network, that model of search for this, that whole thing is what you see on everything now. Like that platform. You said it right. They had it perfect. Like you never first take. It was a bat in 1,000. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they just they screwed it up.
It makes no sense how right they got it and then shit it down their leg.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I bring that up because I'm really big on demographic. And we've interviewed people, you know, from Tennessee, from Iowa, from all over the place. And you typically watch what's in your area. And you're a 90s kid. So I'm sure WWF was like the shit. So for you to stumble into WCW, to me, you're the first person. We've been doing this for a year now where that kind of broke that mold. So that's fascinating to me. It really is.
Man. Like, you know, Monday Night Wars, we definitely watched some Raw, some WWF stuff, but I was definitely WCW. Like, it was all cruiserweights. It was all NWO. It was all Sting. Like, we watched some WWF, you know. I remember Sable coming out there, and I'm like, oh, what's this about? Oh, was she a good wrestler? No. But, you know, like, WCW, man, that was my bread and butter growing up. And that's probably more on my brother again, who, like, he was there in the house. He was the one who wanted to watch wrestling, so he was probably picking WCW. But for me as a kid, I was just like, oh, yeah, WCW, that's my shit. I love this. Yeah, let's do it.
So it's funny that you just brought up Sable and you're like, oh, you know, because we're very adamant nowadays. Yes, because back then we loved it.
Yeah.
Nowadays we're all very proud of the women in wrestling and how far women's wrestling has come. We've interviewed some very, very interesting, very talented young women here on the show. And yeah, it's funny because growing up, you know, we're 80s kids, but we grew up in the 90s. So it was all tits and ass and eye candy at that point. Now you get to see actually, you know, talented women wrestle.
Yeah.
Which is nice. It's refreshing.
Yeah.
It is, man. And it's like, you know, on the Midwest scene, that's kind of the only thing I really know is we have some great, you know, like you might know Maggie Lee, who's with TNA now, M by Elegance. She's out of Black and Brave, out of Iowa, like great. I've been on a couple shows with her, like great female wrestlers coming up in the indies even. Whereas, I mean, you weren't getting great female wrestling in the top tier promotions 20, 30 years ago.
True.
So it's a slow process.
True. There's a talented woman who wrestled out of Iowa who literally just retired. I think last week she was in a triple threat match with Mia Friday, who we had on the show. Leslie Michelle, Hispanic woman, very, very good wrestler.
Cool.
And I just saw that was her last match that she did the triple threat with Mia Friday, and I can't remember the other young lady, but she put her boots down and she's moving on to other things. But shout out to her because I've seen a few of her matches. Really good, really good.
Very interesting. Was that out east with you guys, or where was that at?
No, it was in Iowa.
Was it? Shoot, I need to get my ear to the ground more. I hadn't heard about that.
So the biggest star you guys have that's the most famous is Seth Rollins.
Oh yeah.
Now, what is your take on him? Do you like his style? Do you like, you know, the way he goes about his business?
Man, I love I loved Shield Seth. I've pretty much loved everything Seth has done, and I think I definitely have rose tinted glasses because I'm an Iowa guy. So like, he could take a dump in the middle of the ring, and I'd be like, "Oh, bravo, way to go!" But man, I really have enjoyed most of what he's done. I'm a huge, Dusty obviously, so like Cody's my guy. I think him and Cody, that WrestleMania return match, I think that's some great shit. Like I said, the Shield, man, I loved the Shield. That was kind of when I got back into wrestling, and I went to a house show in Cedar Rapids here, and the Shield and the Wyatt family squared off, and that building was fucking electric. And it wasn't even a match; it was like just a brawl, and that place was crazy. So like, man, I love Seth. I can't say anything bad about him. And also, like I said, I don't watch a ton of the modern product, so I'm not super knowledgeable about what he's doing week to week. But everything I've seen, I've really enjoyed.
Nice.
Yeah.
With I'm going to take it to your training. So John said you're only 2 years in.
Yep.
What kind of made you take that jump to want to be a wrestler? And then how long did you train, like from the moment you kind of took your first bump until you had your first match?
So my brother was a huge inspiration for me to be a wrestler. So he grew up in Iowa with me. And then he actually in like 2000, 2001. So we have the same mom, but different dads. And he's about 10 years older than me. Mm-hmm. And so he left Iowa and went down to Atlanta, Georgia, WWA 4, and which is a relatively famous school for they had a lot of WCW guys back in the day. I think AR Fox runs it now.
Oh, cool. He's so good.
Yeah. And so he went down and trained there from Iowa. Like this insane leap of faith, drove down pre-GPS, like, a map and you have the Lord. Like that was all you had to figure out where you were going. And he wrestled and he got interviewed. I don't know if you can see it, but this is actually the front page of like our local paper he got interviewed for, Belle Plaine, Iowa, like 2,000 people. And he had a quote in there where he was like, "I don't want to be an old man and wish I did it," And so I got started kind of late. I was 30, I was 32 when I started training. And that was kind of my drive, was like, I don't want to be an old man and say I wished I did. So luckily there is a school, the Forge, very close to where I live, like 25 minutes away, like crazy close, insanely close for a training school. And so they had a train for a day opportunity. You go in, you pay whatever, you get like, it wasn't like a fantasy camp situation. It was like, hey, this is what your first day of training would kind of be like. And so they blew us up, squats, push-ups, burpees, whatever. Yeah, like just, hey, your first day is going to suck. Can you handle it? And I didn't handle it very well. I hated it. I like full pull back the curtain on it. Before I started training, I was like 350 pounds, way out of shape. Like COVID really fucked me up. And so I was like, I got to do something. So pre-wrestling, I even started losing some weight. And then that train for a day, that first bump I took, I was addicted. It was like, oh yeah, this is for me. Like this hurts so good kind of thing.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. It hurts so good.
It does. It hurts so good. When you're in the ring, especially with a crowd, you don't feel it. The next day you do. But so I had that first bump. It sucked, like getting blown up. I have terrible cardio still. I had even worse cardio then. But I was like, I got to do this. So trained for a day, got a hold of the owner of the Forge. I was like, hey, I want to join the next class. And I was like crazy late in the process. Like the train for a day was March and the class started like 3 weeks later. And I was like, hey, luckily I like knew the guy. Hey, do you have room for me? He's like, yeah, I do, but like it's kind of tight. Got started. And again, that first day of training, hated it. I legit had the thought, we're doing squats, burpees, leg lifts, push-ups, all the blow up shit. And I'm thinking to myself, like, hey, I could be home eating a pizza right now. Why am I here? And I pushed through it, luckily, and got to the in-ring stuff. And then that was just like, I still really try to be in awe when I get in the ring, because when I first started, just being in the ring was like, holy shit, you know? And so that's one thing I try to carry through to now is, you know, whenever whatever's getting me down about wrestling is like, hey, you're in the ring. This is great. So that was kind of like the driving force of pushing through, getting through training. And that was my whole goal in the beginning was like, just make it through training. I was super low expectations, like just survive training and then figure it out after that.
Sure. I know that we can relate to the I don't want to be an old man and wish that I did, because actually right now we're helping plan a wrestling event, a charity event.
Yes.
Which is something that all of us, you know, since childhood, we've always thought about booking a show and everything. So we're actually in the process of setting up a show here in Pennsylvania for charity. Everything's going to go to charity.
I love that, man.
We're excited about it.
I love that. That's the stuff that makes you like realize, man, wrestling is fucking cool.
It really is. It's
Yeah.
still cool. People,
Yeah,
people
oh yeah,
hate
for
on
sure.
it. People hate on it, but it's a brotherhood. Wrestling's a brotherhood. Bray Wyatt said it best. It's a love story.
Yep.
Really is.
All sports, whether it be real sports or sports entertainment, it's romantic. It is. You can get romantic about sports. For sure. I mean, like that feeling. But
we're all just telling stories, man. Like
yeah, it is.
Everything is wrestling. Wrestling is everything. Everything is wrestling. We're all telling stories from whatever, you know, NFL down to a local theater production, down to me wrestling in Indy in Gladbrook, Iowa, in front of 20 people. We're all telling stories. It's beautiful. It's great shit. I love it.
I like to ask this question too to specifically to wrestlers, you know, guys who are now in the ring. When you watch wrestling now, if you decide to watch it, can you still watch it as a fan, or are you watching it as a wrestler?
Yeah, the fan in me pretty much is gone. It's all analytical in my mind now. Like I try to break it down. There's some moments where I can get past that. But it's pretty rare. Now it's just like, hey, why are they doing this? Oh, can I do that move? Oh, hey, my buddy, this guy can do that move. Oh, that's a really cool spot. Oh, hey, that's a cool story they're telling. You know, down to like, what is commentary saying? How is the crowd reacting? Like, I think that's like, if I could warn anybody about training, is like, once you're a wrestler, you will not watch it the same way again. You can't.
We did hear that.
That's why I like to have that.
We did hear that.
A lot of people have said that once you're in the business, you can't watch it.
Kind of tainted.
Yeah.
Kind of tainted.
Yeah. It is really tainted is a great word, and I hate like that has a negative connotation, but it like you see how the sausage is made kind of thing, and it's not the same anymore. I love it. I love it just as much.
Right. Well,
I love it differently.
I equate it to like a chef doesn't come home like, all right, I'm going to make a 4-course meal now. Like that's not what they want to do when they come home. So I assume that wrestlers aren't like, man, after wrestling all day, let's watch some fucking wrestling as a fan. I'm sure it's not something that comes up. So, but it's just a good question to ask, because even if it does happen where you want to watch a certain match, I've asked other people and they said they just can't look at it through the same lens anymore.
You know, it takes a pretty, you know, like I said, the Cody and Seth moment when that happened, when Cody came back, there was some fan to that, that might have been before I was even training. Honestly, I don't remember what year that was, but it's pretty rare that I like feel like a fan watching wrestling. It's all pretty analytical and like trying to better myself by ideally watching a lot of people that are a lot better than me do what I'm doing.
So you bring up that you don't really watch the current product.
Yeah.
Is there a go-to event from the past that if you ain't got anything to do, is your go-to one that you want to like, you know what? I'm going to go throw this on because I love it from start to finish.
Two things come to mind. Starrcade 86, Night of the Skywalkers. Dusty versus Tully TV title First Blood match. If you haven't seen it, fucking watch it. It is the epitome of perfection of storytelling. They don't do a damn thing in that match, and that crowd is ready to burn the building down when Tully wins. It's perfect. It's my favorite match.
In case you didn't see it, spoiler alert, Tully wins.
Oh shit, my bad. Sorry.
Hey, Dusty and they had a barbed wire match, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
It's crazy all the stuff Dusty did, man.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember what year, but Battle Bowl. Y'all ever seen Battle Bowl, old WCW?
Definitely.
I love the mix of random people in a tag team to get like, it's such an easy, I don't know if you can tell, I love stories. What an easy story to tell. Mick Foley and Vader are a tag team. Well, they hate each other. How are they going to work together? And it just puts this right on the plate for the viewer of like, this is so easy to digest. Take this in and enjoy it because it's great. It's so fun. So that Battle Bowl is so fun to me of random pairings to tell an easy story that people can just figure out so quick, and just tell that story to lead into the big main event with Battle Bowl and the Battle Royal or whatever it was. But those tag matches, I love the random pairings of tag matches for Battle Bowl. So yeah, those are my two. Night of the Skywalker and whatever year Battle Bowl that was. I forget. There was like there was 3 or 4 of them, I think. There's one specific one that I really like to watch. I forget which one it is.
Yeah. That was a concept that did not get over well back then. But I think now I agree with you because back then it kind of was like, it doesn't make sense. But now that I'm older, it kind of does. And like how you said, it's a little easier to digest about how are these guys going to coexist to be able to get to the end of this. Because I think you didn't you win a Battle Bowl ring?
Yeah, it was a ring. I think some years they might have had it be like a #1 contender thing, maybe.
Yeah, because Diamond Dallas Page won it the one year, and I think he got like a U.S. title shot for it or something like that. Like, yeah.
I love that, man, and I think that's such. I've wanted to bring that stuff. Oh, you got me still? Okay, my phone went off. Sorry.
Yeah.
I kind of want to bring that style of event back. I would love the Battle Bowl concept.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There he is.
Okay, sorry. My phone started ringing. My bad.
Good.
That's all good.
That's good.
But yeah, I want to bring the Battle Bowl back, but we'll see.
So take me to game day when you're behind the curtain. You're ready to come out.
Mm-hmm.
How are your nerves? Are you like excited, like inside excited, or do you got to keep your composure and come out that curtain? How does that?
I'm a ball of nerves pretty much every time. Trying to just remember what's supposed to happen. Remember, be present and enjoy the moment, but also remember, be on. Remember your opponent is trusting you. Take that seriously. Be present in the moment in that aspect too, to like be safe, to take care of people, but also be present to be listening to the crowd, to be listening to your ref, to be listening to your opponent, to be listening to yourself, to like remember to enjoy it. It's a nerve-wracking experience pre-curtain, and then once I'm in front of the crowd, it's just like I'm home. Like I'm just ready to rock. But that 30 seconds or 15 seconds or whatever when my music starts playing before I come out, I'm freaking out.
Yeah, a lot goes through your head, right? You're like, man, like you said, the moves and all that go on in the match. It's like, yeah, that's very interesting. I always want to know that. I ask every wrestler that. So
yeah, and I'm sure it's different for everybody, but I'm still, again, like being so green is like, I mean, gosh, it's still, I'm basically a baby still. It's still new to me. So like, just getting the structure in my head of what I'm about to do, trying to figure out, what does the crowd bid on earlier in the night? Have I been to this town before? Have they liked me before? Am I brand new? What do I need to do that's different if I've never been to this town before? Like a million different things in my head to try and figure out how to make that match and that performance the best it can be.
Mm-hmm.
So from what we've seen of your in-ring work, you have worked babyface.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever worked heel?
One time, I worked heel in a tag team match down in Omaha, and I enjoyed it. It was very different, but it was I feel like if you get wrestling at the level I'm at right now, you can kind of work babyface or heel relatively smoothly. And I feel like that went pretty well. I would love more opportunities to do it, but yeah, just the one time, and I enjoyed it. I feel like the boos excite me just as much as the cheers would.
That's the way to look at it too. Any reaction is a good reaction when it comes to sports entertainment, professional wrestling, anything of that nature.
Yeah, it's the heel's job to get over that baby face more, because the old adage of the baby face sells the tickets, I feel like is pretty dang true. So especially on the lower level, so to speak, of like, if we're wrestling in front of 80 people, I think it's probably more important that I make this baby face look great so they want to come back and see him kick my ass.
Yeah.
So the more you get booed, the better you're doing your job, I feel like. But I'm not super experienced at being heel.
Yeah, so I guess that just now you just brought that up. So would you prefer, this is another question, would you prefer to be babyface or a heel?
I feel so just like I have like a thimble full of wrestling knowledge, so take this with a grain of salt. I think being heel is a little bit easier to do. So I would kind of prefer to be babyface because that feels like more of a challenge. It depends. It's so crazy because it really depends on the crowd. If you're at like a fair show in front of like a bunch of local folks who don't watch wrestling and are just there to have fun,
yeah,
it can be a little smoother and a little easier to get over as a babyface. But then if you're in front of more of a seasoned fan crowd, that babyface work can be a little tougher maybe, They might be, I've ran into a lot of guys who are like, "Oh, I cheer the heels." And I'm like, "Oh, that sucks." Like that makes my job harder.
That guy, unfortunately. I prefer a heel wrestler over a babyface wrestler any day of the week. And we joke about it all the time. It's because I'm a real life heel.
Yeah.
I'm the guy. I push people's buttons. I try to piss people off for my own enjoyment. And
that's heel, baby.
Yeah, unfortunately,
it's the nature of the beast.
Yeah,
it really
is.
Like, if you are a natural heel, that's what you're gonna like. It's gonna come out that way. And I say it all the time. Me and this guy were baby faces. White meat, stone cold baby faces. This guy right here, fucking heel.
Yeah. And as long as there's only a couple of those guys in the crowd, we're solid. But when those guys start to like influence the rest of the crowd, it's like, fuck. Like
that's him. Sorry, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm that guy.
Yeah. And he drinks with us, which makes it worse.
Yeah. But hey, that's the nature of the beast too. Like I've been in front of those crowds where I have gotten, if you guys have watched some of my stuff, I do some weird stuff sometimes. I'll twerk and shake my ass or spank somebody, and we're in the Midwest. That doesn't always go over as a babyface.
Yeah.
So sometimes I run into those folks, and I either have to earn them, like I got to go out there and work my ass off to get them to cheer me, or I don't. And that's part of the thing I love about it is you don't know what you're going to run into until you're out there.
I think the difference between me and the guy you have to win over is I respect anybody who gets in the ring.
Yeah, he's a legit fan.
I'm a legit fan.
Yeah.
Legit I'm a smart mark. You know what I mean? So
sure.
it's a little different for me. Like I respect the baby face and the heel. I just prefer the heel personally.
And that makes and that's I tell you, like I can because I'm the same way where I can watch something and appreciate a heel a ton, but then I'm making noise. I'm following the baby face yay and the heel boo, but I'm loving like, oh man, that was good heat. That was some good shit. Like
the same. That's kind of how I look at it as
yeah.
well. So now I want to jump into a couple of the fun ones. This is one that I ask every interview, and I always enjoy the answers. If you could fantasy book one deceased wrestler versus one active wrestler, what would your fantasy book match be?
Oh man. Oh, dude. I mean, Dusty and Cody is like the easy answer for me. No. Maybe Dusty and Dustin instead of that.
Oh, that would be good.
I think there's a little more tension there than Dusty and Cody had.
And I think it would be better.
I think so too. I tell you, Dustin.
But Dustin is somebody who we think very highly of.
Underrated as hell.
Yes, I agree.
I think for a guy who, I mean, especially now is getting his flowers more because of Cody's rise, and it's because of, Dusty's, obviously his fingerprints are all over the top tier talent anymore, in WWE at least. Like, Dustin's getting a little more recognition, but man, the natural Dustin Rhodes back in WCW, great matches. Goldust was some iconic, great shit that like kicked you in the face with like, what in the hell is going on? And then could work his ass off. And then his, this later run, some of the stuff he did, like that Blood and Guts or whatever he had with Cody and that singles, like a Double or Nothing, I think it was.
Yep.
That where they just both had these crimson masks, like underrated as hell. So like, yeah, Dustin and Dusty would be an amazing match. I want to think of something maybe not so easy for me, because that's like, I don't want to talk about Dusty for 5 hours.
Bro, it's a great
man.
Dusty guy too, so I'm not
okay. Well, I love Dusty, man. I love to watch his stuff. Thinking like Owen Hart and like
Owen was one that came up.
Cesaro.
Oh, good one.
Man, watching those two go at it.
That was fucking good.
Good one.
I would love that. Growing up, I was like, I hated like Bret Hart. I was just like not a Bret Hart guy at all. And then the early part of me watching wrestling as an adult, where I was kind of like I was a real smart mark, like, Bret sucks. Like I wanted to just disagree with everybody. And then I started watching him, and I'm like, oh, Bret and Owen are like the GOATs. Like they're so good.
Yeah.
That's actually Aaron's all-time favorite wrestler is Bret Hart.
And I met Owen as a kid in 95.
That's awesome.
And we won tickets on the radio. We got to meet Owen Hart, and
so
I've always liked Owen and Bret. But yeah,
it's funny. I'll go through. I'll tell you. Aaron's all-time favorite is Bret Hart. Francisco's all-time favorite is Shawn Michaels, and my all-time favorite is Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig.
Oh, dude, that's a murderer's row. Those are three
just great
dudes.
Yeah,
man, I just watched Mr. Perfect and Doink the Clown work some random superstars match. Holy shit! How so good?
Was it the original Doink? Matt Bourne?
That's why.
I think it was Matt Bourne. Yeah. It was like a King of the Ring qualifier. They ended up working like 3 times in a row.
Yep. He's somebody who does not get enough credit.
Oh yeah. Crazy underrated. I actually watched it and I text my brother, was like, again, I'll admit my blind spots when I see him. Was Matt Bourne like fucking great? He's like, oh yeah, dude, Matt Bourne was really good.
Yeah.
Like, no idea.
Yeah. So I bring up me being a Dusty guy because I'm an ignorant northerner. Okay. So,
same, brother.
Damn Yankees.
Yeah. So like I only watch WWF and WWE. I Rhodes for the 1 year in the 80s when I was a kid that I remember him. And that's all I knew of him. So in my later years, when I started to get in like the history of wrestling, I realized who he was. And yeah, I cannot agree with you more how much of an influential character he was, but then more what he did after. Like you said,
Yep.
I'm gonna say 85% of the top of not just the card on WWE, but AEW as well.
Yeah.
We're under the wing of Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learning tree,
Yeah.
if I may.
Yeah. But I want to take it back to you real quick.
Yeah.
The coolest wrestling venue you've wrestled in so far, or the coolest place that you've got to wrestle?
Coolest place I've got to wrestle. My last match I've had, I took a little break because we had the kid coming, so I wanted to like get ready for that. I wrestled in a Walmart parking lot.
Wow.
That was very fun.
Crazy.
Did you roll
That-
back prices?
I did. I rolled back prices and then they rolled them back up. They said, "You don't have that authority." I said, "To hell with you."
And then roll
I,
Yeah. That was really fun. I've enjoyed some of my like Midwest indie fair show moments of like my first match ever. We got our locker room was in a trailer, like 15 yards from the ring, you know. So like we're getting dressed and we're standing out there behind the trailer with the fans right there. It was a very surreal experience, especially my first match where I was like, oh, this is what wrestling is. Oh, okay, crazy. An actual venue like indoors that I've wrestled that was really cool.
and this can just be a personal preference. It doesn't have to be like, oh, everybody knows this place.
Right.
Oh no, I haven't worked anywhere iconic yet. Like I've been very lucky with my career, but there's been like I haven't worked the ECW arena or anything like that. I tell you what,
Yeah.
what I really love, the Tama, Iowa Eagles Club. We run there every month, and it's just been a cool thing for the last couple years to like feel like we've built a little bit of history in this local building. There's nothing special about it. It's a regular old Eagles club. It's got a nice little dance floor. We fit a couple hundred folks in there on a real good day. Got a bar, but like the history we've built, I think there to go there now, and it's like, oh man, this is where like I had a run in one of my matches where Savio Vega ran in and tried to beat me up and all that. Like I wrestled a 6-man tag with Hornswoggle, like that my personal history, and then the history of LPW as a company. Like I love wrestling there. So I think not necessarily like the craziest cool venue I've ever worked, but the history we've built there I've really loved to have as like to look back when we go there to see what we've done.
So to piggyback off of that question, gave me another idea for a question.
Mhm.
As a fan,
Mhm.
what is your favorite venue that you've ever attended for a wrestling event?
Oh, ever attended? Man, that's a tough question for me because like I was not a go to wrestling kid. I was watching it, but I didn't go a ton. Like so Iowa, we have like Cedar Rapids, the 5 Seasons Center. I went and watched like a Thunder growing up. I've been to some indie shows in my adult years before I started wrestling, but like I kind of didn't go to much wrestling as a kid or as an adult really until I got into like the indie shows around me that made me like want to train to wrestle. I went to the Hall of Fame show here in Iowa way before I started wrestling. I think it was no, it wasn't the Cedar Valley Sportsplex. I forget where it was, but that was a really cool venue. It was like a ballroom situation at a hotel. And those what's that?
It was in Waterloo, wasn't it?
Yep, Waterloo. Yep, it was Waterloo.
Yeah.
It was a ballroom. I forget what it was called, but
But I do.
it was very nice. Very nice. That was before I was a wrestler, just a fan. I got to see Colt Cabana wrestle, Aiden English. I forget what his name is outside of WWE.
It's an NWA now. I can't remember what his name is either.
Yeah, he does commentary for somebody.
It was on TNA.
But yeah, I enjoyed that. That was I think that was a really cool thing too, because it was an indie show, but they had a good production value of like a lot of lighting work. Oh, you know what? Actually, a place I did work and attended a show, Fall City, Nebraska. It's a gym that, again, it was gym with floor seating, like chairs, but then bleachers along the side. Small town with this beautiful, huge gym, and then the production we brought in, like lighting and all of that, to make it look like a real, like, cool, something where you walk in as a fan and you're like, oh, this is a big deal. Cool lighting, cool production value, and then a really good crowd. So that would, as a fan and as like a worker, that'd be a good answer. It's the Fall City, I think just like the Fall City Auditorium.
Nice. So other than the obvious Madison Square Garden, where is somewhere that where's an arena that you would love to go to that you haven't been to yet?
Center Stage, man. I want to get down to Atlanta. Center Stage. I think ROH just ran there pretty recently. Gosh, I just looked this up this week because I was actually wondering that myself. Like, dream scenario, where would I want to work? Center Stage, the Chase down in St. Louis would be really cool.
Greensboro Coliseum.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
I drove by it. My wife wouldn't let me go out and go.
You know, I selfishly asked that question because you mentioned an arena earlier that I thought you were going to say.
Oh, the ECW arena?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that would be two, but that would, I've enjoyed a lot of ECW stuff. I got to do a seminar with Jerry Lynn early in my career, and then I've gone and watched back a lot of his stuff in ECW to like, again, another underrated guy.
Him and Steve Carino.
Steve Carino. Yeah.
On his chest and blood, dude.
So
such a good match.
It's now called the 2300 Arena.
Yeah,
it's kind of our home away from home.
Yeah,
we're there a lot. Probably it's probably every 3 months we go.
I love
taking my son to Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor next month.
Oh, nice. Because that was AEW did like a residency there, didn't they, for a little while? Where they had ROH and AEW from there.
Yeah.
That was a really cool setup. I liked their entrance. It was a different entrance setup that really had anything that's unique and not what you're used to seeing, even if it's maybe not necessarily the coolest thing. I just love seeing different stuff. So that's a good point. I enjoyed those shows they did from there.
So I want to bring up one more thing. It's something we do with every show, and I have to bring it up well before the show ends, so it gives you some time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do a thing where our previous interview asked a question to our current interview.
Ooh.
So in the back of your head, it can be wrestling, it can be anything. We're a wrestling podcast, so we prefer wrestling, but we've had some weird ones. So our last interview is a gentleman from our area. He goes by the name Hyena Obscura.
Nice.
His question for you, Waylon, is pick anyone from any promotion. Who would you wrestle and why?
Anyone from any promotion, who would I wrestle and why? I've got two answers came to mind immediately. Cody Rhodes, obvious answer. He's my guy. But I think maybe the more down in my soul and in my bones answer would be Jeremy Wyatt. He is an indie guy, indie legend of the Midwest who, I mean, you want to talk about just the best in the ring and a guy who you watch and you wonder, why is this guy not on the top of the game, just doing it all over the world? That guy. That is somebody who I have an insane amount of respect for, and it would be a measuring stick for me to be like, can I hang with who I think is like the absolute best I think the best in the fucking world. Like, so good. So I think, and it'd be kind of the same reason for Cody. Like, I think he's one of the best ever, or one of the best right now. But yeah, that would be two guys where it's just, hot damn, that'd be cool.
All right. What's this guy's name again?
Jeremy Wyatt, the Monarch.
Jeremy Wyatt. Tag him in this. Waylon D. Give my boy a fucking shot.
Fuck. No, you
haven't given him a shot yet because you're scared. All right.
No, don't say that shit. No,
no.
No, he'd beat me silly and fucking.
That's okay. Say that you did it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Wouldn't.
But yeah, those are the names that came to mind.
You wouldn't, because I'm running in.
We'll be your special guest managers, and each one of us will get a side of the ring.
I'm running in.
You will be able to corner him, and we will have your back.
Our boy
Pratt.
Our boy Clint Guy's going to do the Yokozuna photographer flash into his face.
Yeah.
We got you.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
I know there's somebody watching this right now from like my circle of friends or like the people in my area who are like, Waylon, you would not be fit to lace his fucking boots before they're on his feet. What are you doing? But if you don't manifest that shit, it will 100% never happen.
And
so
Waylon,
I just
tell you, your group of friends that think that, fuck them.
That's right.
Fuck that guy.
All right.
Whoever would think that shit, fuck that guy.
I appreciate it.
I also want to point out that your name is Waylon, and the guy's last name is Wyatt. And Waylon Mercy was a big influence on Bray Wyatt's character. So there's already a storyline there. Give him a fucking chance.
That's, hot damn. People don't talk enough about Waylon Mercy, man.
Bro,
we do.
I can go on about him.
We do.
I think he's the biggest what if in wrestling, but it's just my opinion.
When Bray popped up, I remember like, man, this is crazy cool. This seems so unique. And then I'm like, oh shit, who's Waylon Mercy? And then it's like, oh, I mean, everybody in wrestling, we're all stealing from somebody. So like, oh my God, this is crazy. Yeah, man, Waylon Mercy. I love that. I love hearing that.
Yeah.
Because Waylon is my shoot name too. So it's not like I was even paying homage to anybody. But yeah, I love Waylon Mercy, man. Good cut.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so great. We did a whole episode on what ifs, and that was like my biggest. I can't wait to talk about Waylon fucking Mercy. I just think,
dude, yes,
he was 10, 15 years younger with that gimmick. It would have been, God, it was just so fucking different, dude. So different. And I wasn't going to lead into the whole name thing. That's where I thought you got it from. That's great that's your shoot name. That's fucking awesome.
No, it is. It's Waylon Jennings is I was named after Waylon Jennings, but like I think my folks knew Waylon Mercy was going to happen, or already had happened, I guess.
Fucking fantastic.
So just keep in the back of your mind here for later on in this interview that you have to ask a question for our next interview, and you have no clue who it is.
I'll be pondering on it.
It could be somebody. It could be somebody. It could be somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll be pondering on it.
All right. So
what is your finisher, and how'd you come about your finisher?
I do the double underhook DDT, old Cactus Jack.
Okay.
So in training, a lot of the guys would talk about how I was like a Cactus Jack Mick Foley looking guy. I'm a chunky fella, not the most athletic.
You're a love machine, brother.
It's not a beer belly, it's a fuel tank for a love machine.
Yeah.
It's
great answer.
So
it's fantastic.
That was just like, I didn't have any character idea when I entered training. I didn't have any gimmick idea. I was just like, hey, can I survive training? And so through training, some of the guys were like, man, you could do like a Mick Foley thing or a Cactus Jack, Mankind. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And so then I would just like think of moves, like what could I do to everybody? A 500-pound guy and a 100-pound guy. What's a move I can do to anybody? Well, double underhook DDT, that would work. So that's just been what I've gone with, and it's served me pretty well so far.
Nice.
So I want to bring up, when I posted on our social media that we were interviewing you, someone came on and said, what a schmuck.
Yeah.
I need you to tell us who this schmuck is.
Yeah, I saw that. Slay Wolfborn. He is the current heavyweight champion for my home company, LPW Live Pro Wrestling in Iowa. We train together. We've wrestled together. I'm not like, shoot, kayfabe, whatever. I'm not a big fan of the guy. We've had some great matches. We've had some great moments, but he's kind of a fucking schmuck. He's kind of a prick. I'm not surprised he would say that. He can't stand that you guys didn't come to him first and be like, "Oh, Mr. Wolfborn, please come on our podcast." Like he has that mindset of, I deserve the world, and it's a problem if I don't get the world. So first, to see somebody get some kind of interesting, cool opportunity that he didn't get, I'm not surprised he called me a schmuck. That's kind of his shtick. It's not really a shtick. He's kind of a prick. So not surprised at all. Again, like whatever. We train together. I've wrestled him. I've trusted him in the ring. Outside the ring, we're not hanging out. We're not, backstage. We'll say, "Hey, you good? Yeah, you good? Yeah, okay. Fuck off." Like,
now listen, if the guy is the world champion,
yeah,
and he comes out and he calls you a schmuck, you know what that means?
what's that?
He's scared that you're coming.
So, a hell of an interesting story.
That championship from him.
Let me spin a yarn for you if I can. We had an event here in Marshalltown, main event. It was the biggest event LPW's had. We had like 700 folks in the Marshalltown Coliseum. I main evented that show in a cage match against a man named Gavin Parker.
We watched that earlier tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm very proud of that match.
Good match.
If you haven't seen also a guy named Joseph Burt on YouTube, I think LPW's YouTube shared it too. He did like a photo montage or a montage of sorts of the whole night set to music. Beautiful work. Look that up, please. Joseph Burt. It's on LPW's YouTube, and it has this whole moment of obviously my match with Gavin. I think we tore the fucking house down. That crowd was on their feet. The saying my brother and I like to say is they were throwing babies. They were so excited. Like, I'm so pumped, I'm going to just jump up and there's a baby flying in the air. I got the win, and old Slade Wolfborn did the old Money in the Bank gimmick, cashed in, fucked me up, and he got the championship. So to say he's afraid of me, I think is probably in the ballpark of true. But yeah, I think I don't know. I think he's not super excited if Waylon D got in the ring with him again. I don't think it would be his favorite thing to hear.
All right, my turn. What's this fucking guy's name again?
Slade
Wolfborn.
Slade Wolfborn. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually,
fucking
by the way,
Right.
Slade Wolfborn actually just started following us as well.
All right, cool. Shout out, bro. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Real quick.
So he's hearing this.
Good. It's fucking promo cutting time.
Well, he heard his name being said, so his fucking asshole started itching or
There you go.
something.
All right,
Like he's
It's a douche move to come on there and talk shit about him when he's getting an opportunity. All right, that makes you a piece of shit. Okay, not anything else. You are a piece of shit. So what he's going to do, my friend over here, Waylon, is going to take said piece of shit, accidentally step into it,
and flush it,
and kind of just scrape it off in the grass a little bit and clean off his nice pair of shoes and keep it fucking moving. All right, fuck this guy. Sorry, I don't like.
Slade,
I don't like when people fuck with my boys.
Slade, if he's such a schmuck, you should have no problem beating him in a match.
Yeah.
Put the title on the line.
Piece of shit. Sorry.
Hey, what you're preaching to the choir. I'm coming back. I'm still on my break right now for the baby. I'm coming back in August. I will face whatever's put in front of me. But yeah, I mean, gold's the reason we're in this, and so I have no problem trying to step up and get some gold again.
All right.
Everything that Aaron just said, I agree with, but thank you for the follow, Slade, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you, fuck you, bye.
Yeah.
Some cornet right there.
Yeah.
Love it.
I love it.
Awesome. All right. So if you thought of a question to ask our next guest, which you don't know who they're going to be. What's your question?
Yeah. What? So it's a short two-parter. What is a move that you haven't done that you love? And what's a move that you haven't done that you hate?
All right.
Or maybe you have done it. I don't want to shrink the pool too much, but either way, yeah.
That's good. So that's a solid.
No, that's good.
That's a good legit wrestler to other wrestler question.
Yeah.
Love that.
Listen, Waylon, we've had some very odd questions.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that one, you knocked it out the park.
It's so fucking normal. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, happy to help.
It's ridiculously normal.
I think some of our previous guests were like, "Oh, I want to be remembered, so I'm going to ask some weird shit." So,
No, thanks for asking a pretty
Thank-
normal ass question.
and that
That's
one,
the other
and
person.
that question will give us an interesting answer.
I was just gonna say it'll be received very well.
It will.
Yeah,
we will be able to work off of that question.
That was my thought process, is like, what would be an interesting answer, an interesting question to create an interesting answer? And I think there's a million ways you could go off of a question like that.
Awesome. So hey, before we start to wrap this bad boy up,
Yeah.
give you another opportunity to plug your socials. If you have any events that maybe you're going to be doing after the little breaky break, or
After you're done wiping some booties.
yeah, anything you want to kind of plug, now's the time. The floor is yours.
Yeah, so Waylon D, professional wrestler on Facebook. That is the main place to see me. I post there most often. Waylon D on Waylon at Waylon D 777. I didn't even get into it, but I'm the solid 7. That's my gimmick. Instagram
Hashtag solid 7.
hashtag solid 7. Instagram, TikTok, X. Yeah. Coming up, I am coming back August 15th in Waterloo, Iowa. It is, well, speaking of a charity show, this show is benefiting the Special Olympics. My shoot job, I work with individuals with disabilities. I'm super fucking pumped to be giving back to that community in another way.
Awesome.
Super excited. I've seen so many great things through the Special Olympics in Iowa. It's fucking amazing. I love it so much. I'm so excited to be a small part of giving back to that community. So yeah, August 15th, Live Pro Wrestling. We are coming to Waterloo. I do not have a match yet, but as soon as I do, you'll see it on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. But yeah, that is the move.
And we will share it.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Oh, I love that. Hey, let's get some Pennsylvania folks out to Iowa. We've got some great great wrestling.
We're actually planning on trying to work something out to come out to Bridge City Slam.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I don't know how viable it is, but we would love to make it out there. We have some friends, like we mentioned, Clint Dye. We have some podcaster friends out there as well. Card Subject to Change, the Confusion podcast. Mm-hmm. It would be nice to come out and link up with some of the guys and see some Iowa.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the Cauliflower Alley Club. They do something in Waterloo every year, so there's always like a wrestling event attached to that. But isn't there a Hall of Fame in Iowa?
Yeah, so that show just happened. That was a different promotion. They run a yearly Hall of Fame show. They just had that, I want to say early July. They just ran that show. And yeah, that's the Waterloo, like that's the whole Hall of Fame. I think they entered, like, Nick Nemeth went in this year, I think. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm blanking on other names, but there was a lot of great folks up in Waterloo for that show. And they had a whole wrestling show. They had a Hall of Fame show. I think they did. Gosh, they do a bunch of stuff there. I think they have like a live podcast some years. Yeah. So yeah, the Waterloo up there, they had the Hall of Fame show. And then the Bridge City Slam, I've got to work with, I think that's Austin Bayless. I think I got to work with him once over in Omaha. I got to meet him and meet up with him. He was very nice. So there's a lot of good folks at that show too.
Yeah, we have a lot of connections out there. That's why I asked. And
and I was also, so I don't know if you guys know about Shotgun Wrestling Radio, but I got to do their podcast. Their Zach Takis, I think his name was. I'm so sorry, I haven't met him once, but I got to do his podcast. That was very fun. If you haven't met him, he's a great guy to hook up with.
Cool. Yeah, it's awesome. That's good. Yeah, and again, I only learned about the whole Waterloo like wrestling thing from getting into the history of Southern wrestling, because it's such an odd connection. That's kind of why I wanted to kind of tie that up and wrap it up in a bow, because it's odd that Iowa has that connection with Southern wrestling.
The NWA was founded in Iowa.
Yeah.
Yep.
Waterloo, Iowa is where the NWA was founded, man.
Yeah.
Like the heart of professional wrestling in America started, I think, in a big way in Waterloo, Iowa.
100%. Yeah.
So like to be again, like for me to wrestle in Waterloo in August, not the same venue, but like there is that history there and that lifeblood of wrestling that's all tied together.
Yeah, it's a sense of pride for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
So I do want to extend an invite to you.
Okay.
If you would ever like to come back on the show,
Absolutely.
and we do a thing called Lit Match.
Okay.
Where we get lit, we watch a match, we talk about it. We would love to have you on watching one of your matches with us to get some insight. To get some insight on how you were feeling, what was going on during that match, if you're up to it.
Are you sure you don't want to watch a good match?
So trust me, we do Lit Match, and it either has to be a horrible match, or a good match.
Yeah.
But
no, I would love that, man. You guys legit set a date for me. I'm down. I love it.
Awesome. Yeah, the watch along deal is always fun, especially when we've done it with other people, but watching someone watch their own match and react to stuff in the ring for us was just mind blowing. I thought it was such a cool.
There was a couple
aspect for us.
There was a couple that were really good. There's a young man from out here in Pennsylvania named RJ Carnage.
Crazy, bro.
We watched him wrestle a guy named Phil Insane. And RJ Carnage took probably the craziest bump I've ever seen in my life. Ever in my life.
I'm old. I've seen a lot of wrestling.
Never seen
anything like it.
It was terrible.
It's crazy.
We watched with Red Velvet. We watched her win the Ring of Honor Women's Television title.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That was really, really cool.
Yeah, and seeing her insight, like her talking about what her opponent was doing to her in the ring, and
very cool.
It was just fucking
So
interesting.
that's something that
what we'd like to do with you.
We like to do the lit matches just with us.
Yeah.
But when we can get somebody who's involved in the match to watch it with us to get that extra insight, I think it's a win-win for everybody, the viewer, the talent, and for us as well.
I am down 1,000%. I watch all of my shit back as soon as I can, just to, it was my initial reaction in the moment, right? Was it wrong? What do I need to do better? What did I do right? So I love picking that stuff apart, and I would be happy anytime you want to join y'all and just take a huge dump on all my work.
Nah, man, we're gonna lift you up, bro. That's what we do, man.
That's what we do.
Come
over here.
Trust me. That's right.
We're the Mega Powers.
That's right.
Oh, hell yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure hanging with my brother from another mother, Waylon D. Thank you for coming on. Iowa's finest. Waylon
Thank you,
D.
guys. It was a pleasure, an honor. Thank you very much. I hope you all had a good time. I enjoyed the hell out of talking to you.
We definitely had a good
back
time.
on for a little match. It'll be great.
And don't mind us. This is something we do at the end of every episode. Aaron, what is it?
Second
Balls.